Over the weekend, a bunch of Disney adults found out that Jim Cummings, otherwise known as the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, Darkwing Duck, and of course, one of my favorites, Don Carnage from Tailspin, that he is actually voting for Republican candidates, and they are losing their minds. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello and good morning. I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place. Today, I want to take you to a story from, guess which website? Yeah, that's right. It's That Park Place. This one by Marvin Montanaro. Disney fans turn on Winnie the Pooh as voice actor Jim Cummings attacked online over alleged support of Donald Trump. I would say it's more than alleged, but that's my opinion here in this opinion piece. Why am I saying it's opinion? Because I'm gonna let it flow here and openly talk about what's going on. Oh, bother indeed. Jim Cummings, the beloved Disney voice of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Darkwing Duck, and many other iconic characters, is being attacked by unhinged fans over alleged support of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Who's that guy? To put this in perspective, Jim Cummings' huge crime in the eyes of these fans is simply stating that Trump, the former U.S. president who presided over 4 years in office, isn't the leader of the bad guys in World War II. Cummings responded to an X post made by a Donald Trump parody account, which shared an image of a woman holding a sign that said, "If Trump isn't that guy, then I'm a moron." A longtime Disney voice actor responded by simply saying, "Who is this moron?" The longtime Disney voice actor. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that you watching this video are voiced by Jim Cummings. That is how legendary he is. That is how prolific Jim Cummings is. He shows up in anything these days. And I would say classes up the joint. When I say voice acting legend, he is truly legendary. Here is Claire with an interesting flag in, I'm going to say, Claire's profile picture here. As someone who grew up with your Pooh and Tigger, this is incredibly heartbreaking. Heartbreaking that he's disagreeing with the idea that Trump is that guy. Yeah, okay, sure. Jim, you've disappointed millions of people today. Mr. Keyrock, the CEO of Screams. Okie dokie. Another user declared seemingly with no irony whatsoever. Some users claim to be crushed by Cummings' seeming acceptance of a political party that differs from their preference, while others went to a more profane and hateful route. Hey, look at this. It looks like we've edited it for you, just in case there's any children watching. And now you're a rabid piece of rubbish, I'm going to say. Typical hateful geriatric boomer. First of all, this guy seems pretty spry. I'm gonna go check out his podcast here after I'm done. What is that called? Maybe somebody in the comments drop the name of that podcast. Ex-user Freddie Krugasaur said, "And now we know you're blah blah blah, typical hateful blah blah." It should be noted at this juncture that Cummings expressed no hatred towards anyone, yet this poster is being particularly hateful while using images of children's cartoon characters to make their point. It should be noted that Cummings, the man who these people are maligning as a terrible human being, partners with the Make-A-Wish Foundation in his spare time to call sick children as Winnie the Pooh to bring a little brightness and happiness into their world. Have you ever listened, by the way, I don't know if you've done it, but look up Jim Cummings talking about calling people as Winnie the Pooh, little children, sick children, and talking with them as their favorite cartoon characters. If I was that kind of a voice actor with that kind of ability and talent like this guy, I don't know how I would stop from weeping on the calls. Anyways, here we go. What happened to you, Jim? What in the world happened to you? I'm also cleaning that one up. The rogue clown. Clown is right. The old man doesn't know he just destroyed his legacy. I would debate there. Cummings has voiced many classic Disney characters, including Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Darkwing Duck, Baby Herman. By the way, that's he's in the Disney Reserve staple here. Lou Hirsch did him in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. King Louie from Tailspin. Louis Prima did him in the movie. But Don Carnage, love that. Fat Cat from Chippendales Rescue Rangers. And of course, Raymond from Princess and the Frog. Oh no, I guess we're going to have to tear down Tiana's Bayou Adventure and replace it with something else. That's how this works, right? He's also taken over voice acting duties for classic Disney characters like the Cheshire Cat. Excellent job. Pete. Oh, he's a fantastic Pete, if you hadn't heard it. Caw. This is because Caw was the same voice actor as Winnie the Pooh. King Triton, originally voiced by, what is the name of the guy? He played the a guy who worked for the evil guy from World War II in the producers. Oh man, but anyways, good old Jack King Triton. I guess Jim Cummings does that voice as well. Still, it wasn't all hate. Many ex-users on both sides of the aisle stuck up for Cummings, expressing his political views, if that was even what he was doing, like Jeremy Griggs, the founder of Geeks and Gamers, or as I like to refer to him, Jeremy Prime. Look at that. Hail, Jim. By the way, Jim Cummings is a global treasure here. Now, we're probably going to do a separate video on Jennifer Lewis and the views that she seems to think are okay for a Disney voice actress, the Bayou Fairy Godmother, as they like to call her in Walt Disney Imagineering right here. But whatever she says is okay with Disney, but whatever Jim Cummings says, well, all these Disney adults are coming after him. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Guys, you have to realize that when half the country or more votes for a political candidate, you're going to find some people that you know their names that have voted for that candidate. Maybe if you're looking at a political candidate and saying they are literally X or literally Y, and the other side doesn't see that at all, maybe you need to look at those assumptions and see whether or not they are correct. And I'm going to talk to people on the conservative side here. If somebody says they voted for this other candidate, they may not be seeing what you're seeing. Was that Denzel Washington quote where he says both sides are guilty of propaganda? Now, of course, people vote for the people they vote for reasons, and I voted for who I voted for reasons as well. Of course, those reasons are correct. Otherwise, they wouldn't be my reasons. I say that with a little bit of a smirk and a little bit of irony there. So do you think there's going to be any fallout for Jim Cummings on this? Or is this a new Disney that doesn't punish their stars for saying things that are out of lockstep with the people that hate them? Rachel Zegler, of course, comes to mind when she put out this long tirade about how she hated all Trump supporters, and she said that they should never know peace in their lives. Well, she seems to still be having a movie come out March 21st, even though Bob Iger has refused to talk about this movie on earnings calls. I don't know. Of course, the Gina Carano lawsuit is ongoing. We're not going to hear probably anything about that until June, when hopefully discovery will happen. There's a possibility she might settle, there's a possibility Disney might try to settle. Jim Cummings, what are your thoughts on this? Obviously, do you support what he said? Do you disagree with what he said? And if you're on either side of that, are you okay with him having said what he said? I think it's good for people to be a little bit more open. I think some of this might come from the fact that California and the entertainment community has been a bit of an echo chamber, and they've refused to believe that anyone moral can exist outside or inside of that echo chamber. What a silly thought here, that a man just says he likes a presidential candidate that isn't California, and now we've got this mess. One more thing I'm going to add here. There's plenty of Disney influencers that I did not put into this video. Why? Because I don't want to deal with their garbage. Chill out a little bit. That's okay with me. I don't know. Maybe you know who you are. Maybe you don't know who you are. And that's why you hate people so much. Probably the most dangerous thing I could say before I could say, like this video, of course, if you like this video. Drop a comment down below if you got something to say. And of course, consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news and my opinion that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.